Hi, welcome to clickmeproject.com. Now we're going to see double cut detecting intrusion in multi-tier web application system. An IDS is a system that models the network behavior of user session across both the front-end web server and the back-end database. By monitoring both the web and the substring database requests, we are able to find the attacks on independent IDS which able to identify. We have able to find both the attacks from both the sides. We present double guard on attacks in multi web service, and double guard can build a causal mapping model profile by taking both the server and the database traffic into an account. With a lightweight virtualization environment, we have able to run the copies of web servers instantly in different containers, so that each one can isolate from the rest. An Expressor container can easily instantiated and destroyed. So we have assigned each client session in a dedicated container, so that we can able to run an attacker from compromised single session. The damage is configured by compromised session, and other session used and remain unaffected by it. By using this service, we have exposed a wide range of attacks with 100% of accuracy while maintaining 0% false positives of static web service and 0.6% for false positive for dynamic web service. Here it is an flowchart for an IDS. Assume that the user is came from the outside environment. Now I have to simulate client 1, client 2, client 3, or the different type of user going to use the same web server. In internet, every user can generate the query to web server. The web server will execute the query and provide the query string to the user. Before generate the query string, it must refer to the database. Then it's going to collect the traffic means if there is any client going to log in on the web server, it must come with an IP address, so it will note with an IP address and what the query it has been generated, and also within a date and time. Then if the client storage is finished, it will going to store the data on the honeypot. After storing the honeypot, every user come within a query string. In a real-time scenario, each user have login within a unique IP address. By collecting the different IP address, the user 1 can generate a query. The query has been analyzed by the IDS, that means intrusion detection system. If the IDS will match the query with the output query string. If the output is matched with an input query, means it will generate the output to the user. If there is any mismatch condition, then it will restrict the query string and take a necessary action. Now I am going to show the running procedure for IDS. Start the execution from dataset.java. After getting the window, just click the get clients. The client details have been listed down in a table format. That means if any IP address, if any user came from an external user, it will must come with a query. If there is a query, it will listed by a date and time and with an IP address. Then I am going to see the unique details of an IP address. I have get the unique clients details. It will listed on a drop down box. If I want to see any details of an IP address, I am just clicking IP address. Then I am going to see what they use on my server. Then I am going to use on two different conditions. That is the integrate IDS and the turn off IDS. The integrate IDS means it will restrict and filter the output for an user. If that IDS is turned off, there is no restriction or filter going to apply it for an output window. First of all I'm going to restrict the user. Then I'm start the search from a future session attack. After clicking the future session attack, it will be stored by an IP address. That means you going to log on a type of user. That means if you are a new user, then it will give a unique IP address for ourselves. Then I am going to search a query. The query is varied by a different type of user. Before clicking search button, make sure that we have to run the server.java. After clicking the start server, it will alert message that the server is started. Then I am going to search a query which have details going to search on the server. Now I have enter pen as an my query. So it will search to the my web server and it will return a query string, that is http wikipedia en.org. It will return a query string. After getting this condition, I am going to search in a different type of an input. That means I am going to search now different another query, that is class. So it will also give an output window which consists of the class related to my input query. Now a hacker is going to present on my input query string. Now I am going to run a hacker as a third party. My server is present on a local host, so the hacker is also might be present on a local host, and then it will give a condition like localhost. Then it will directly connected with the server and took over the condition by the tainted processor. Now the hacker going to given a hijacked query. That means if the query given by the hacker is directly going to execute on the client side, that means normal user. Now the hacker is going to present a query like fox. It will send a query to the server. If any fresh user, that means normal user, going to search any data like some any other query, that means bike, it's a fresh query without a knowledge of user, it will give a bike output for a bike. But if there is a hacker means it will execute the condition given by the hacker, that means in wikipedia org/fox. So it will return the query which have been sent by the hacker, not by a user. So the user might have been affected by the hacker. So before gives an output to the user, make sure that the output is hacked by a user or not, hacker or not. Then actually report is given to the user without any attack. Now the user is get by a clear output bike. Now I am going to present the same attack without an IDS. That means no filter is going to apply done for my query string. Now I am going to turn off condition. Now if any user have used this same type of query, it will not give any alert to the normal user. Now I am going to again start from the procedure from the first page. That means unique clients. Now I am going to give get a unique clients. Now the condition is turn off condition. I am going to run this same attack without an IDS. Now the fresh user going to give a new query. That means a new type of query going to search on the web server. The web server will return a query with a query string from the same user. Now the hacker is in a third party. The hacker going to give a data for the same user by a different query string. Now the hacker is start from the features and attack. Then he given a local host as an address and connect to the server. It also same process communicate with a server. Now the server will give an injected query to the user. Now he will give file to the normal user. Now the user is going to search a query like any other data. But it will report a hijacked features and attack. Now the query string is different from query. Now the section is hijacked by a hacker.